Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to share with you 5 common live performance mistakes that I see people do all of the time. Now this is coming from a lot of experience, doing a lot of gigs and iron out all this sort of stuff. So stick with me and I'll tell you all about them. So let's talk about live performance and mistakes. Now obviously there's a lot of things you learn from experience by doing a lot of gigs, but here are some of the ones I see all of the time. So the number one common mistake I see is people not taking spares. Take spare picks, take spare strings. If you can, if you have multiple guitars, take a spare guitar, take spare leads, take things with you, backups of what you have, because I guarantee stuff breaks. My experience in playing live, I guarantee you're not going to have the same lead forever. You're not going to have the same pick forever. You're not going to have the same strings forever. They're going to break. Things just break when you use them a lot. So that's the first thing. Take as many things you can, as many spares as you can with you to the gig, to your live performance, to your jam night. Now what I do, which I find really, really helpful, I have a bag or a box and I just keep all spares in there. Stuff like strings, picks, spare leads, straps, all of these things, strap locks. Take a screwdriver because you never know when you might need it. Take a bit of gaffer tape and just have a box with all of this stuff in. Take that with you to every gig because that's a mistake I see an awful lot. Make sure you always take spares. Number 2 then, another common performance mistake I see is people are terrified about getting up in front of an audience and playing live. But the thing that you have to remember is most people are not going to hear you making mistakes, and I think that's what frightens people and why people get anxious about going up and playing live, is we just get petrified about making mistakes. And I'll just be truthful with you, you're going to make mistakes when you play live. It just happens. It happens to the best of us. But I guarantee you 99.9% of that audience are not even going to notice you making mistakes. So the thing that you're worrying about is going up and making mistakes. People aren't going to even notice. So don't worry about that when you're playing on stage. Don't, let that overwhelm you when you're looking at people and you make a little mistake and worrying if anyone noticed. The chances are no one is going to notice. So just really focus on enjoying that performance. Number 3, the third common mistake I see when guitarists play live. Now this might not go down that well. However, it's important, and I see this mistake happen a lot, is turning your amp up too loud. I can't even believe I've said it. That actually does hurt me a little bit. Obviously, I'm a guitarist and I love making a racket. However, as a guitarist, you turn that amp up too loud, you're going to potentially ruin the entire performance of the rest of the band. And you have to remember, when you're playing live as part of an ensemble, as part of a band, it's the collective which is important. It's not all about you. So this is something which, don't get me wrong, I've had to swallow this one a few times where I feel like, I'm at a good volume, but I'm being asked to turn down. But you do have to remember that it's not just about the guitar, it's about everything. So just be careful, okay? You don't want to be blowing everyone's head off, especially out front, people who are listening to that performance. Just be careful that you're not turning up too loud. And just listen to the person who's mixing the front of house. If they ask you to turn down, it's probably for a good reason. Number 4, now this performance mistake is not only for guitarists, this is for performers in general, and it's super, super simple. I guarantee you when people come to watch you play live, they listen more with their eyes than their ears. Now I know that sounds like an absolutely ridiculous thing to say, but it's true. People listen with their eyes. Why do I say that people listen with their eyes? If they see you having a good time on stage, if they see you smiling, interacting with your fellow bandmates, it automatically gives this feeling of enjoyment and a sense of everything's going really well and you're really enjoying yourself. And almost your confidence kind of comes off the stage and hits the audience, and it helps them have a great time and a great listening experience. If you're standing there or sitting down and you look really miserable, and you're really, really still, I guarantee that the audience isn't going to react in the same sort of way. And it's such a simple thing to do. Just smile and look like you're enjoying yourself. A very, very simple thing to do, but I absolutely guarantee that's going to do wonders for your live performance. And finally, number 5, another common mistake I see musicians in general, but especially guitarists do, is turning up with broken gear. You must have seen it before. The guitarist plugs in and it, that kind of thing. Check your gear before you go anywhere. Check your gear before you go to the jam night. Check your gear before you go to a rehearsal. Whatever it is, just check your gear works. Check all your leads work. Plug it in the house or in your flat or wherever you are. Just check everything works. There's nothing more annoying than when you turn up for a gig, you're ready to go, and somebody's having a massive gear issue that they just could have sorted out at home before getting there. Okay, so that's number 5, is make sure that your gear all works. And that was 5 common live performance mistakes.